Hi, I'm Don McCleod of Don McCleod CPA PC. We are a CPA firm that services small businesses, entrepreneurs, and individuals. I believe that every good thing has a starting point. Visit us at www.donmccleodcpapc.com and let us show you how we may be of service to you. Hi, I'm Don McCleod of Don McCleod CPA PC. Let me tell you a little bit about how I got started here. I grew up in North Carolina in one of the oldest public housing communities. I grew up to a single parent with 4 other siblings. We faced a lot of humbling situations, but I had a mother who was who always instilled in us that we could be anything that we wanted to be. And so through her determination and through her love for our future, we all finished high school, and I was lucky enough to be the first in my family to attend college. I attended a local university that gave me the opportunity to continue to be around many of the people who had supported me all through my young life and leading up until my days of entering college. I got the opportunity to really be exposed to a lot of great majors while I was in college, and knowing that this was just a wonderful opportunity, one in which I had to be as serious about completing as I was getting myself into. I wanted to choose a major that was both challenging, but at the same time was going to lead to a degree after 4 years. I came across accounting. It was a major that many of the business students were running away from, and I was really excited about the challenge it presented. Through my time in college, I wanted to assure that that there would be a job in the end once I graduated. So I began to do a lot of internships, began to get really involved in the community in whatever ways I could, whether it was through university research projects or whether it was simply voter registration. And I got a chance in this process to also learn to communicate with people and learn to also help to make the world a little bit better than I had found it. And so from there, after graduating, I had made my way up to the University of Illinois. So after finishing there, from North Carolina Central and then from University of Illinois' MBA program, I went into corporate America, and once I started working into some of the finance departments in corporate America, I eventually quickly discovered that most of the department heads in the finance area were CPAs and had spent some time in public accounting. And so it was, at that point, it was no-brainer to me that I needed to take a step back and to revisit public accounting. And so that's when I began working at a small firm in Atlanta, Georgia, and specializing in taxes and audits and management consulting. And before long, I found that I had reached the level of the experience level, had passed the test, and I had become a CPA. And at that point, I was ready to start my life in public accounting. Well, I want to talk to you today about how to successfully start a business. It is small businesses are the backbone of this country. It is the American dream. And many people have desires to start businesses, but don't know where to start. And so hopefully I can provide some advice on how to get started down that road. Well, the first thing that you want to do in starting a business is to do a self-assessment of yourself. And in that, you need to understand where you are in your life and how prepared are you to start that business. You need to determine whether or not your family is ready for you to step away from your job to go out on your own. You need to understand if you are financially prepared to be able to start that business and to be able to incur the cost that you're going to have for a while and the low pay that you're going to see until you're able to get the business on good footing. You need to determine whether or not you've got the skill set that's necessary to be able to deliver that product or that service. You need to understand if you are going to be having issues with your current employer in terms of them being excited for you or creating an interruption in that plan for you. So that self-assessment is so very important. Understanding who you are, where you are, is it the right time? Do I have the right skill sets? Do I need to go back and work further for others? Do I need to further, save a little bit more? All those things are very important in terms of starting a business. The second thing you want to consider is the business plan. And the business plan is so very important because the business plan helps you to organize your thoughts. It really allows you to identify the business model, the who, the why, the when, the where, and the what, which is so very important. You need to know what is going to be your product or service. You need to know how much it's going to cost to start up that business. You need to know where you're going to locate that business. You need to know what your pricing is going to be. How are you going to deliver that product or that service in a profitable manner? All of these elements are so critically important, and they can be crystallized through that business plan. And so the business plan is one of the most important aspects to getting off on the right foot. Now, you have to understand that when you start a business, it's much like birthing a baby. You're bringing this business into a world that is going to be competing for resources. It's going to need your attention. You're going to be spending a lot of hours overseeing the startup and the operations, the growth. And so it's going to mean that there's going to be times when you're not going to be able to spend as much time, perhaps, with those that you care about the most. There's going to be things that you're going to have. There's going to be moderations and that you're going to have to make in your schedule. And so all these things are very important things that you have to consider as you go through that startup phase of your business.